Welcome to my weekly video blog. This week has been my first week back at work since the vernal holidays. I've been very tired, but things have gone okay for the majority of it. My eating hasn't been brilliant, but it's not been bad. I am expecting to have lost weight this week. My walking has been excellent, except for one day where it rained, so I had little choice. The other issue with that this week has been that my clock stopped, and so for the first time in, well, certainly over 3 years, I was late for work. The miracle of it was that it was actually the one day of the week that I do an early, and so if I slept in, you would expect it to be worse than usual. I mean, for example, if I start at 8 every day, you would expect me to be sort of naturally awake by sort of 8:30, 9ish at the latest. But if I am due to wake up at 5:30 in the morning, then it could be a couple of hours before I wake up naturally. My clock stopped, and yet I still managed to wake up before the time I was due at work. The issue is that I haven't been late for work since living here at Markenfield, and when I lived at Granville I was extremely close. It was, you know, a couple of minutes. Here it is a very long way, and of course at that hour of the morning, even if you're late, you're too early for any buses, I was much too late for taxis, so I literally had to just run, and I made surprising time. I was 10 minutes late, which is not bad considering how bad it should have been. And that was the last day I was working this week, so it was probably a combination of being extra tired and very unfortunate with my clock. Speaking of clocks, do not forget that the clocks go back. No, they don't, they go forward. They go forward this weekend. British summertime begins. The equinox has passed us. That means that hopefully from next week it will be light until 7 o'clock at night. It's light now until about 7:15, and it needs to be 7 o'clock-ish before I actually make my return to the allotment. So it's a possibility that this week will be will show my midweek return. If not, it will be next week. Well, the week after. This week is also Holy Week. It is Palm Sunday tomorrow, so we are more or less out of Lent and into Passiontide, depending on whether you recognise Passiontide as a separate sort of separate thing or not. Next Friday is a bank holiday, but it's the one bank holiday that I work because I don't work any other bank holidays, being that I'm not contracted to a Monday. So it seems it would be grossly unfair, therefore, not to work the bank holiday that happens to fall on the day that I work, and I don't mind working Good Friday at all, so that's fine. I have had fun this week with my juicer. That is doing very well. It's not hard to clean, it's not going to make too much of a negative impact on finances. Finances this month are fantastic, and that isn't really to do with the bonus, although the bonus has obviously helped a little bit. It's really been because I've cut out the takeaways, and it's the money that I've saved from doing that has been shocking. So I'm quite pleased. I am quite pleased with myself. What else is there to say? My new shoes have worked well, although that's probably because of the walking I did it during the last week of my vernal holidays to wear them in. I got one blister, that was it, and that's pretty much over now. I have unfortunately managed to snap a nail down to the bed on one of my fingers, which is not nice. I don't think it's bad enough for it to go black and drop out, but it does hurt a little bit. And that's of course because your fingers don't, they toughen up when you do retail very, very quickly, because you're working with plastic edges, you're working with cardboard edges, and they can cut very, very easily. And you tend to find that your fingers toughen up, and then you go on holiday, and if you're not doing it regularly, you go back to work a week or two later, and your fingers and your hands are like cheese. It's like they've been taken to a cheese grater. So never mind. It's nothing serious, is it? Nothing that a plaster doesn't solve. Nice blue plaster as well. I think that's about it, except to say that in terms of the aviary, I have got rid of the first set of eggs that were laid because nobody was incubating them at all, and so now I'm waiting for them to sort of lay. It's been a bit cold this last week, which has probably stopped them. It's been a bit windy, it's been a bit rainy. We've sort of gone downhill weather-wise since I went back to work, so that has probably stalled them a little. But I'm sure that will take off, and as and when it does, you'll of course be kept informed. So, other than announcing the birthdays, that's it for this week. And so the birthdays for this week, there are a number. We've got Laura Jorgensen, who I know by her sort of former name, down in London. Anthony Morrison, who I met on my American Dreams tour 2, in fact, a number of years ago. Ryan Watson, and Jarek, who I worked with, who I have worked with in the past, Martin Hill, who I do work with, and Rob Crookston and Andy Murdoch, who are friends from back at school. So there's quite a list of birthdays there, and I know them from a whole variety of places. So happy birthday to all of them. I hope they have a fantastic birthday, and of course, eat lots of cake.